Thank you, Zimbabwe, for tuning in to ZBC TV. You are watching your weekly edition, Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness, and I am Wadzanai Manyore. So this is a platform where we discuss business issues and business principles, their application in agriculture for the prosperity of our country as we head towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country. At this particular point in time, we have taken the liberty of inviting Mr. Muri. He is the Youth Award-winning farmer. He is our champion farmer, our reigning champion farmer of the 2020-2021 season. Mr. Muri, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we are here at MHURI Farm in Hurungwe, Mashonaland West, where we are joined by you, sir. We have come to profile you and to see your activities, given that you are our youth farmer at the moment. You are the reigning champion. Let us talk about the background of this establishment. I understand that you are into seedbed production, into tobacco seedbed production. What are your activities, your background? How did this start as a farmer, as a young farmer getting into agriculture?
Thank you so much. You know, what I can say, I started doing production of seedlings about three years ago.
Okay.
At first, I was doing for about 50 farmers. Then the second year, we raised up to 1,500. This year, we are doing about 3,000 hectares of 3,000 to 4,000 hectares of tobacco seedling.
Okay.
When we are saying hectares, I mean we are doing seedlings that can cover
3,000
to 4,000 hectares
of land.
Of the land.
Okay. Now, as we get into our discussion moving forward, I would like you to talk about these activities as a youth. You are a youth who's into farming. Your treatment of this agricultural enterprise. We understand that there is calls from our government, from everyone across the world, where they are saying, let us treat agriculture as a business. We're an agro-based economy where we heavily rely on agricultural activities for our livelihood, for even employment, for our manufacturing industries. They rely on agriculture. Our value chains rely on agriculture. As a youth, your treatment of this business, how has it been for you moving forward?
Yeah, it has been very, very, very good. You know, seedbed production, you know, tobacco is a high valued crop. In tobacco, it's a different crop. You can't jump stages. You start from seedlings. There is no way you can say, lately, I want to do tobacco without the seedbed. So you know that's why it's a very good business, because if you get a look, most farmers that in other areas like Manyamakate, all those customers, they can't do their seedbed because they don't have enough water.
Okay, water
sources to do the seedling.
Okay.
So that's why it's a very, very good business, because right now we can't even meet the demand.
Okay.
Most of it
it's already sold.
It's 97% of it is not. It's already sold.
Okay.
So when you see we've got a product that you are selling, when we've got 90% of it is already sold, you can't meet the demand.
Okay.
We can't meet the demand. There is high demand of seedlings. So it's a very good paying business.
Okay. Now let us talk about maybe the first part of my question. I would like to ask your employees. I understand that as the farmer, you are also the chief executive officer of MHURI Farm, where you are producing these seedlings. How many people do you employ so that we can just inspire someone there at home? You are a youth. You are employing people. How many do you employ?
In total, as the MHURI Farm, I employ 400 workers.
Okay.
With the workers that work on the seedling side and the other workers that work on the farm.
Okay.
Because we do also tobacco.
Okay.
Last year we had 150 hectares of tobacco. We do wheat. We've got maize. So we've got this department of seedling, the seedling side, it employs up to 150 workers.
Okay.
Then in total there are 400 workers that we employ as a MHURI Farm.
Okay. To the youth out there, I understand that personally I did agriculture. I studied agriculture. There is a youth out there who maybe studied agriculture, or who studied accounting, or whatever that they might have studied, who's saying, I'm not being absorbed into the system. How can I contribute to the country's economy anyway? No one is available to employ me. What are your comments or your word of advice to such a youth?
My word of advice is to those youth, you know, come here on the ground. You know, you take your time, give yourself, market yourself. You know, if you've got a degree or a diploma, come to us. We sit down together with the farmers here on the ground. We can see how we can work together. You know, like myself, I'm working with about four graduates that we are working. Yeah, we help each other in trying to build a better Zimbabwe, sharing ideas. You know, you have got they've got knowledge.
Yes, they do.
They've got knowledge. Let's put it into practical. They should not stay there in Harare doing their conferences. Let's have conferences here.
At the farm.
At the farm. Like what we are doing, I'm telling you, we've got a nice project that we are doing with the 5. We are doing a very, very beautiful horticulture project with these 4 guys that I'm talking about.
Okay. Now, as we round off our segment, maybe let's talk about the varieties that are available here. I understand that this caters for 3,000 to 4,000 hectares of land. The varieties that are here, your comments on them in terms of maybe being heat tolerant, being resistant. What are the varieties do you have around here?
The varieties that you have here we've got K26R.
Okay.
That's what we have. Then we've got 66, 75, and 78. Also a few of 28.
Okay.
These are especially here this side of there are more of dry, small-scale farmers that are doing dry land.
Okay.
So they usually prefer the 26, the KR 26R.
Okay.
It's a very resistant in diseases and drought resistant. Also, it's good for farmers that are doing tobacco that is it's not under irrigation.
Okay. Yeah. In terms of land use, to the youth out there, some are saying, I don't have a piece of land. My father never got land. I don't have a rural home. I just stay here in Harare and Shtungwiza. So where am I going to do agriculture? In terms of land use or land planning or availability of land, I understand some of the land that you use is rented, is leased. What are your comments to the youth out there? Those that are saying, I would want to take part in agriculture, but I don't have land.
There's plenty land in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
There's much land. I don't own a farm.
Okay.
I'm renting.
Okay.
It's all about your
passion.
Your passion.
Yes. Now, Mr. Muri, I understand that you haven't even gone a step further to look for investment. And as we are here today, you have taken the liberty of even inviting the investors to this site, to this episode, where we have Ronnie Levemosan, Honorary Consul of Zimbabwe in Israel, who's looking to help you to invest his funds, to look for those who can help you move forward with your projects. What are you looking for? The relationship that you want out of this investment?
Our ultimate goal is to increase our production of seedling. We need to, you see, as you can see, we are doing conventional seedbed.
Okay.
We want to change into float trays, even the irrigation systems, sustainable irrigation system, that whatever that we can do, that's why we are looking from investors, so that we can have more sites when we are doing seedling. If we can push up to have 10 sites, all those 10 sites, they require irrigation equipment, solar irrigation equipment. That's what we are looking from the investors, so that we can push from these figures. Today we are talking about 4,000, which is approximately 4,000 farmers. We should go up to 50,000 farmers.
Okay. That we are supplying. So it can only be achieved if we are capacitated in terms of irrigation equipment. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Muri. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you so much.
There you heard it, viewers. We are going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the second segment of your program. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. Now, at this point in time, we have taken the liberty of inviting Ronnie Levemosan, Honorary Consul of Zimbabwe in Israel. Now, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with me, the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, on 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. You can also make a follow-up on this episode and more on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. You can also like us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle there is at Agribusiness110. Now, Mr. Ronnie, thank you for joining us in this episode.
Good morning to everybody. Good morning.
Yes. As we get into our discussion, maybe a brief background of this relationship. How did it start? Where do you guys know each other from?
My relations with Zimbabwe actually started about 5 to 6 years ago. And thanks be to God, and of course thanks to His Excellency the President, he appointed me and my associated Mr. Moshe as honorary consuls of Zimbabwe in Israel, so we can really look for opportunities in the governments, but also in the private sections, how we can help each other to develop Zimbabwe and bring the knowledge and know-how of Israel to the people of Zimbabwe.
Okay, now speaking of opportunities both in the government and in the private sector, I understand that Zimbabwe is an agro-based economy whereby about 18% of our GDP comes from agriculture. What is your take as we move towards achieving Vision 2030 as a country?
I'm a visionary, I can say that. I see long-term relationship. And as such, I can tell you that Zimbabwe, as you know, of course, you know, and all the viewers know that it used to be the grain basket of Africa in the past. And of course, politics, this and that, stories. And I'm sure that the people of Zimbabwe are eagerly want to collaborate and do such kind of things because, after all, it's their own country. We are not coming to teach anyone what to do because the Zimbabwean people known as very intelligent people.
Yes.
The only thing they need from us is just to share a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of intelligence or technology knowledge about agriculture, and then you do the rest. You don't need it's like someone who share knowledge with someone, and from that point you can take it by yourself and grow your country without us. You don't need us actually. We're just working together hand in hand to help each other, and from that point you can take it by yourself. Because I meet people that can teach the Israelis how to work in the agriculture. I'm telling you, Israel has the technologies, but I'm not sure that the Israelis has the love of land and the passion to develop the land as the Zimbabweans.
Okay.
Yes, I can say that we are a little bit spoiled. But the Zimbabwean people are really hard-working people, and I really like them.
They are resilient.
Yes, and I really like to help them because with what we have, with the technology we have, and with their power, it can be paradise here.
Okay. Now, as we move on, I understand that our country is a youthful country where we have about approximately 67% of the 13 million people are the youth. Your comments, your word of advice or your recommendations looking at our youth. We have issues in our economy such as unemployment, but here we have land. We have arable land, which is suitable for agricultural activities. Mm-hmm. What are your comments, your sentiments, your recommendations, your word of advice to the youth?
In Israel, we say that the future belongs to the youth, if we like it or not. The future belongs to the youth. And if we invest in the youth today, we see the results in the future. And if we want to see Zimbabwe growing and growing in the future, we must develop and invest in the youth today. And we have plans to build academies of agriculture in Zimbabwe. We met many investors in Israel who are willing to invest money in Zimbabwe because they believe in Zimbabwe. They believe in Africa, and our government believes in Africa. And because our government believes in Africa, the investors want to invest money. And we have plans already. We made plans to build some academies of agriculture for youth.
Okay.
And to train them about new equipment, irrigation equipment, and so you can. And so if we talk about a few years from now, you will have your own irrigation factories. You don't need to import irrigation. You know, every second message I get is about Ronnie, help us with the irrigation system, and I say why? You can show you how it works. You can teach you how it works, and from that point you can do it by yourselves and develop it. You can buy the materials from China, from other countries, and build it for yourself. You know, we had a tour today here, and the people showed us how the pump of water works.
Okay.
It works like many years ago, but still, look what you have around you. So. So if we teach the youth how to use the technology we have, let's say in 10 years from now, Zimbabwe will be empire of agriculture.
Thank you so much.
And people can remember this program today, and in 10 years from now, they will say, yes, someone said that 10 years before.
Okay.
It's like a promise. And people know me. When I say something, I mean it. We just need to see how we bring the people together, how we sit down on the same table, share the ideas, share the plans, because when it's come to investment, we need to see numbers.
Thank you so much. There you heard it, viewers. I'm with Ronnie here. He's just telling us the sharing of ideas and how Israel can come in Zimbabwe and invest in issues such as irrigation, technological advancements. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment of your program. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. We are in the third and final segment of our program, and I would like to thank you for remaining tuned. Now, Ronnie, we are in the third and final segment of our program. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
Yes. Now, as we talk about here, we are here at MHURI Farm, where we have Alson Darika. He is the Chief Operating Officer, and we have Pardon Muri. He is the Chief Executive Officer of MHURI Farm, located here in Hurungwe, Karoi, Mashonaland West. They are doing this work. What kind of a
great work.
Yes. What kind of a relationship are you looking for, and why? How is it going? This relationship, how is it going to benefit Zimbabwe's economy, the youth in Zimbabwe, the women in Zimbabwe? How is it going to improve the livelihoods of our people?
Let me tell you, I started my relationship with Mr. Alson Darikai 5-6 years ago. The first time I came to Zimbabwe, we spent time together. He didn't share with me about his agriculture, businesses, etc. But we built our relation on faith. And I'm a believer. I believe in God, and with everything I do, I put God first. And if I work with a believer, if I work with someone who have God fearing in his life, it's much easier for me to work with him because I know that he will never fail me, he never disappoint me.
And you share the same principles.
Exactly. We must share the same principle. And by the way, I love Zimbabwe for that reason.
Okay.
The people in Zimbabwe are faithful people. And that's why they are very connected to the Holy Land. And it gives us confidence that we are in the right country, because if you work on the same values, you can do a lot of things.
Yes.
This is what happened with me with Alson. We go back many years, and he's a very faithful guy, very faithful friend. And every time we called him from Israel, he picked up the phone and delivered anything we needed. And we even considered to invite him to join the staff of the consulate in Israel because he's so good and a professional guy. And today, after let's say we talked about 8 months ago, we started to talk about the business and agriculture that he do in Zimbabwe. And finally, after because of the Corona, COVID-19, all the
ups and downs.
Yes,
all
the situation now, it's make it much harder to come here. But finally, we came here, and I'm going to spend 3 weeks this time to see up close what is going on in agriculture. And I'm very happy that Alson himself is doing such kind of things, because if we take all the details I already told you, faithful guy, serious people, professional people, hard workers. And if we have them, we are going to bring the technology of Israel to Mr. Alson. I can assure you that he can easily become the #1 tobacco producer in Zimbabwe. And we are going to help him not only to double and triple his fields, but also to help him to market his goods abroad.
Okay.
And by so doing, what are we doing actually? We're creating jobs to the youth. We train the youth how to be hard worker for the better future of their country.
Yes.
It's about step by step of education.
Sustainability.
So we're bringing job, we're creating opportunities, we're bringing money to the country, and we're increasing the export of goods outside. So what is going to happen? It's going to help, of course, it's going to help Zimbabwe economically. But if we talk about internationally, it's going to ring the bell for many countries and saying that, something is happening in Zimbabwe. They're starting to move on.
They are indeed open
They
for
are
business.
pushing the cart from the mud, outside of the mud.
Yes.
That's what we are here. If you are not going to help you, you don't need us. I will be very straight for you, because people come and talk blah, blah, blah. No. If we are not coming to help you, to give you the push, to push the cart out of the mud, you don't need us here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that is very precise.
We came here to work hard. Today I came because I came to the field, no suits, no ties, shirts. We came to work. We came to see up close what is going on. I asked Alson to show me what is the seed, what is the procedure, what exactly he needs, what factories he needs, because once we learn the details, we can tremendously help.
Yes. I just liked what you said earlier on. Honest relationships, sustainable relationships are built on morals. And that is one thing you commented on Zimbabwean people.
Yes.
Being faithful, the ability to have passion and to be hardworking. Now let us look at what Pardon is doing here. In the long run, a look into the future. 5 years from now, we want to address issues in our economy such as food insecurity, malnutrition. We want to address issues to do with export growth. Looking at Paddington as a young champion farmer who just got an award, he's hardworking. What would you like to say in line with Pardon and to the rest of the youth who are tuning into our program?
You can have the best land in the world, you can have the best resources, But if you have no human resources, if you don't have good human people that willing to do something with the land, you will never succeed. But in Zimbabwe, you have them.
Yes.
You have the good people. You have the passionate people who want to do something. They're just waiting to the right moment and to the right tools that will tell them, okay, wake up from the sofa, wake up from the couch, and go back to work.
Yes.
They're looking for hope. That's what they need, hope. And I believe and I pray that now something is happening. You know, we just been appointed, me and my associate, Mr. Moshe Osdicher, he's one of the biggest attorney in Israel. We just appointed about a year ago as honorary consuls of Israel.
Okay.
The combination of what we do is he checking details, he checking the legality of every business. I bring the relations, foreign affairs, etc. to the table. When you combine the forces that we have, we can actually build the best deal.
Okay.
We have the people. We have good staff in Israel that willing and sitting down on the numbers. We have good lawyers. We have good relations with a worldwide relationship. And I am not ashamed to say that I will lose any contact. I'm going to use any contact I have in the churches worldwide to open doors for us to sell the goods that we have in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Why not?
Yes.
And you know, churches have a lot of power around the world. So
Yeah,
if
which
we
is
can
very
use
true.
whatever, any connection we have, with pleasure.
Yes. Now,
But,
as we
but
round
again,
off,
I must say again and again, because people, the viewers must understand, the Israelis are not the heroes.
okay.
The Zimbabwean
Zimbabweans.
people are the hero. This is the camera over there.
Yes.
So everyone who's watching me right now, I want you to know that we are just foreigners. We are just visitors. But you live here and you are the heroes. Each one of you that's watching us right now, he is a hero. The only thing you should do is just to think, pray, and go to work. And then you will see results in your hands.
Yes. Now, as we round off our segment, you said think, work, and pray. Now, as we round off our segment, Mr. Ronnie, I would like us to talk about, you are wearing the shoes of an investor, obviously. To the youth out there is someone who's out working as well. He might want to be a part, maybe eventually he might want also to have an investor come to his place, help him out here and there, help push his cart out of the mud. As an investor, what do you look at, the qualities, the special qualities that a youth has to possess for you to say, I'm going to engage him in business?
First of all, is seriousness of the guy.
Yes.
Because people send us thousands of emails, thousands of messages, but it's empty messages. I want, yes, I know, I want too. But at the end of the day, what do you have? What do you accomplish so far? When you meet someone, you want to say, okay, what did you do so far? What did you learn? What did you do? What is your plan? Can you show me something at hand that I can, according to the Jewish tradition, when we pray on the bread,
Yes.
we must put the bread on the table.
Okay.
Otherwise, where the blessing is going to go. If you
without
have no
the bread.
bread, no blessing.
Yeah.
All right. So the first move of a man, this is his blessing.
Show me what
so
you've
show
got.
me the first move, and I will go with you to the second move.
Okay.
So when I met Alson Darikai, he took me to the 10th move, not to the second move, to the 10th move. So we are already, let's say, 2 meters, 3 meters from the end.
Yes.
Because he made tremendous work what he did with his partners. And they just need, I always said, many people can take the stones from the bottom to the last centimeter of the table.
Yes.
But only if you can take it to the last, to put it above the table. You understand what I'm saying?
I do understand. I get
The
it.
gap, the small gap.
Yes.
This is where they are right now.
Okay.
And this is where we come together.
The final push.
The final push.
Okay.
And we are here to help them. Everyone who has a real project and he can prove himself that he did something so far, I can assure them that they have an open door with us. We just need to see the plan, the numbers, and I can assure that many investors in Israel would love to come because they trust us, they trust our office, they trust our attorney Moshe, and the sky is the limit, as I said. We just need to start to work, not to talk.
More working and less talking. There you had it, viewers. Ronnie, thank you so much for joining us today.
For me. I would like to thank all your viewers. Again, if you can join us in prayer for the sake, for the peace and prosperity of Zimbabwe, wherever you are, just always remember that we are in Israel. Always remember each one of you in our prayers, and I believe that together we can bring lots of prosperity to Zimbabwe. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. There you had it, viewers. Together we can bring a lot of prosperity to Zimbabwe. Ronnie here was just telling us, each one of us there at home, here with us, you are the hero. You have the ability to move mountains. From me, your host Wadzanai Manyore, and the crew behind the scenes, have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.